Why do Gen Z women hate men? People, what up? What's good? As y'all can see, we got another Rambo video that we can be checking out today, y'all. We've been talking about the men a lot, you know, the fake abs, the fake legs. So you know, let's dissect the women today. Why they hating on the men? You know, I feel like this has been a trend for a while. I think it's pretty silly, right? Like this little gender war or whatever that we got online. But let's let little Rambo break it down, y'all. Let's get it.
Act to news of the male.
Hold on, let me get started over.
How they thought we'd react to news of the male loneliness epidemic.
Like, what can I do to help? Is there a GoFundMe?
This is a trend. There are a bunch of other TikTok videos with the exact same caption where they're overreacting. Oh, I feel so bad.
Yeah,
and then
and this is weird, like considering, you know what I'm saying, these girls got like brothers, fathers, rich uncles and all that sort of thing. And you just like in your room, you know what I'm saying, pretending that you hate all men, and then you, hey dad, can I get this, you know, can you buy me this? Can you buy me that? Like it's all so goofy, bro. I feel like TikTok, you know, as much as like we use it to like check out what the latest trends are and stuff. At the same time, bro, I feel like I don't really meet a lot of women in real life that have a lot of vitriol towards men. Y'all see I use a big word, but let's let little Rambo keep talking, man. Let me shut up.
And it's the joke that I actually do not feel bad. And if you check the comments under all the videos, they are full of pure hatred. Men suffering is literally the motivation that gets me out of bed in the morning. For real, men's self-end rates aren't high enough, to be honest. And this is a real problem where young people, men specifically, the leading cause of their death is suicide. And here's the plot twist: women die from suicide and suffer just as much as men. But here's the question: men disproportionately kill themselves more compared to women. Then why do women suffer as much through suicide? It is because they die significantly less, so their death is relative. But please understand this thing: this is not a women-men problem. Everyone in their middle stages of their life will almost try to hurt themselves. In the context of statistics, children will be living the happy.
You said everyone? I don't know about everyone, y'all. I don't got no, you know, you gotta be careful with your words on YouTube, but I think I'm alright, bro.
Happiest moment and stage of their life, and the same thing applies to the elderly. But if you're a teenager, if you're 20, 30, 40, or 50, statistically, you are living in the most unhappiest moment and stage of your life. And if you look at suicide statistics by age, 45 to 64-year-olds take first place, 25 to 44-years old take second place, then it slightly lowers as the older you get to 65 to 74. But
And I would assume, well, I guess this does make sense, right? Like I assume like around, you know what I'm saying, 25 to 44, all the way up to 64, bro, like working age, I guess, you know, right? We compare ourselves a lot, and, you know, we want to achieve so much, and if we don't achieve, then, you know, we feel like it's too late, or we feel like a failure. And some people just can't handle that, right? And so, yeah, man, I mean, you know, looking at the numbers, like, you know, when you're a kid, right, you ain't got nothing to be worried about, right? And when you old, you know you're on the way out of here anyway, so you might as well chill with your grandkids, man, and get your steps in as much as you can. But yeah, man, it's tough though.
You're 15 to 24, you're taking fourth place. And then at its lowest is 75 and older. The old people, the ones who are dying, the ones who are broke, the ones who have nothing to live for. Your wife died. They are the happiest. How? Why? And at its very lowest, 10 to 14-year-olds. Yeah. You cannot replicate the happiness, the confidence of old people. You cannot replicate the happiness and confidence of a child, because you are living your current stage. You must accept reality for what it is. And more importantly, look at the people who try to. There are so many man children who disregard a lot of responsibilities in their life, trying to play video games, eat junk food, and trying to replicate the happiness they once felt, but they don't understand understand that the advice old people give you, you have all heard it already. Think everyone naked. Oh, who cares about what other people think? We all know it, but because we are young, you cannot help it because there are other priorities in your life that are more important, where you kind of do need to care because you do need a job. You are not retired. You care about what other people think because they're the ones that pay your bills. Life is a completely different game at different stages and ages in your life. You personally cannot replicate the happiness and excitement as a child, because if you are, you will just be escaping the reality of life. You have seen so many adults where all they do is try to avoid responsibility by being slothful, by doing.
I don't know if I agree with him, right? Because I feel like you can just be a naturally happy person, even in spite of having being stressed out by bills and whatever it is, right? If you just accept it, bruh. Like, just because you're choosing to be happy doesn't mean you're avoiding something. Like, you can accept it, be cool with it, and be like, man, instead of I have to pay bills, like I'm thankful I get a job, or I'm thankful I have a job. I'm thankful I get to go clock in or do this and that. So I'm saying, take care of myself and take care of my family. Like, that's where I'm not with him, but I get what he's saying.
Absolutely nothing. I don't want to do it. I don't want to take up any sort of responsibility. And over time, they're trying to chase the happiness they once felt, but they will only end up with worse consequences. And this is a very important point people fail to understand. It is extremely easy to fall into the trap of hating women, fall into the trap of hating men, because there are so many reasons to hate life. And the only way to make yourself feel a little bit more confident, a little bit better about myself, is to belittle the other gender. Ha ha ha, me right now with lonely men. What a dumb comment.
Envy is one emotion that almost no one will ever admit to, because to admit to feeling envy is to admit that you feel inferior to another person.
Right.
We don't like to do that. We want to feel superior. So no one will ever admit that they acted out of envy.
I've watched a bunch of videos on why men are explaining that women suck. I've equally watched the exact opposite, why women say that men suck. But to get everything down to the roots, they'll give you exact pinpoint reasons. Oh, they do this, they do that. Oh, they kill more people. They're so dumb, they die more. But here's the thing. It is out of envy. The reason why they hate the other group is because deep down, they know that they have something that the other gender wants. Most of the time, the men that do hate groups of women are all incels, because they cannot get and attract other people as easy as it is for women. And the same thing applies to women hating on men. Men have a higher ceiling of intelligence, and equally they also have a lower ceiling of intelligence. They are more extreme on both sides, and they overly fixate on the extreme sides, the worst sides, and also the best sides. That gives them the perfect reason to hate the rich men. They are also the broken.
I was also gonna add, I don't know if he gonna add it, but like I see a lot of girls who become like, these TikTok hate all men type chicks, or they might have had like a bad experience with like an ex-boyfriend or something like that too. So I feel like that, at least that's definitely what I seen, but I don't know if he gonna speak on it. I just wanted to bring that up.
People, here's the thing, guys. Here's the thing. Envy is a real emotion, and a lot of people cannot regulate and understand it. And more importantly, this clouds your judgment. You no longer know what you actually like or dislike. Nobody talks about this, but the whole Kendrick Lamar and Drake beef, I guarantee you, a big reason why people were willing to hate on Drake is because he's so successful.
Right.
He's so successful in every single factor that there is. Deep down, the entire audience is envious of what he has, so it's easier to hate on him and root for the underdog. And here's the thing. The reason why old people are so confident and happy, as well as children compared to everyone else, is because they lack that emotion. They are not envious. An old man walking across the street is not going to compare and contrast the difference of how people look. They don't care. They'll wear whatever bullshit they got in the closet. The same thing applies to wealth.
Right.
A lot of them.
I feel him, and he's right. But at the same time, man, we got a lot of grumpy, mean-spirited old people too, bro. It's a lot of those too, man, and that's like, it's probably the saddest thing you can be, right? But I mean, by and large, bro, like most of the old heads you gonna meet, right, aren't tripping off of everything, you know.
Are either extremely broke or extremely rich, and nonetheless they don't care as much as it is important to young people. The reason why young people are so unhappy, and I can't give you this as a one-liner shoot of advice, it is a very complex thing. It's because envy runs in our system. We are constantly comparing ourselves to our peers. It is definitely exacerbated because of social media, but even without it, even when you were all the way young back in the day where there was no technology, people still compared each other based on envy. This person is more successful than me. This person looks better than me. And because you're comparing so many aspects of life to extreme levels of people that are only good at that one thing, you feel inferior. And this leads to a point where it feels like you are the worst of the worst.
Y'all, this is unrelated but related at the same time. Y'all, this Minecraft music in the back is making me want to hop back in my world and play again, bruh. I really, man.
It really gives you the feeling of no control, and I believe the best way to overcome this feeling is to stop giving so much value onto one attribute of a person. From the outside looking in, I'm assuming girls get eating disorders, girls get very depressed because all they value is being skinny, all they value is looking good. And for men, it's dumb, stupid shit. How much muscles you got, how smart are you, how much money you got, are you good looking enough? Every single one of them are overly obsessed about one key aspect of life. And because they overfixate on the thing that other people have and they don't have, which is envy, they fall down this spiral. And it is a complete disservice to other people and yourself. People are more than just their looks, than just how much money they have. Everyone struggles. And the advice where think everyone naked. I do not think it is a sexual thing. I do not believe it is a literal thing, but metaphorically, everyone is not perfect. There's that weird mole on your body and there's no use in hiding it. We are not perfect. We are all vulnerable and you should not judge based on the outside perspective. This is a big reason why children and old people have the highest life satisfaction. It is not because they are dumb, they have so much experience. It's because they've lost the feeling of envy. The younger you are at certain ages, you feel more emotions than different stages of your life. And children and old people lack the biggest form of envy. Children don't care. They're too dumb to care. They're asking every single question, and the same thing applies to old people. They're too old to care. They're poor, they're rich, no matter where they are in their life status-wise, they don't have the time to care, the time to compare and judge. Thank you for watching. If you want to watch a 30-minute version of the
Shoutouts to the Rambo video, man. It's a good topic. I wanted him to get more on the women, but he's right still, man. Stop envying. You know what I mean? It ain't, you know, it ain't worth it to be comparing yourself to everybody every single day, hating on people every single day. Chill out, man. That's all we got to do. But as always, man, it's your boy 2Centz. Say it with me. TCZ. We out.